Welcome everybody. I know it's been a minute. I haven't done a cupcake chats talk since the beginning of this year because I've been super busy. However, welcome to the very first day of May, and may your month be filled with blessings and many more opportunities for you to prosper. Today, we're going to start off with a nice little word and get into what's been going on with me. Well, today's word is healing, and that is something a lot of people have to understand they need to do. Healing is a process that you cannot skip past and that you cannot ignore. No matter how strong or tough you feel you are on the exterior, in the inside, you have to truly heal. Even with accidents and injuries, there's no Wolverining through that. Like you can't automatically heal. It takes time. And this is for the individuals that feel like healing makes them feel weak. No, healing makes you feel strong. Like once you heal, you become a different person. Nothing's the same. However, you take away lessons as well as apply the things that you've learned to help you on task and any other encounters that you may have in the future. But without healing, remember, without healing, you have nothing. Without healing, you do not grow. And without the growth, what is the point of getting up every morning? But on to more important things. It is your host, Jazan Nazari, and many of you might know me from Facebook or, you know, somewhere around on the internet. Who knows? My stuff gets shared a lot. But it's May, and I haven't done one of these since I think November. And since then, a lot has changed, and some things have stayed the same. Um, 2020 was a rough year for a lot of people. Me, somewhat. I became very overwhelmed with work. I got bombarded with clients, and you know, life took a toll. I mean, I had to bounce back. It took me a couple months to find a happy medium, but I finally found it. And in that same breath, I too had to find healing. Like, I got to the point where I was a little bit too accessible because I was homebound thanks to the pandemic. And I found myself overworking past hours that I normally don't do, taking phone calls and meetings and stuff because everybody was available. But in the same breath, that doesn't mean I had to be available. And that is something I mismanaged. Like, just because they're available doesn't mean I should be. And that is something I have learned to apply over the last 6 months. And during that time, I had to learn how to step back, look at situations, analyze which ones are important and which ones can wait because so many things can wait. Some things you can't drag your feet on. You just have to know which opportunities to take and go from there. And I learned the opportunities that I end up taking were going to align me with better opportunities down the road. Shout out to everybody that stuck it out with me during the pandemic. We all had our own problems. Me personally, I lost a couple friends and family members. One most recently, I logged into Facebook and I was like, "Oh my god, she was the sweetest thing." But you gotta love on people while they're here, and that is why I chose today as healing. Like, you can't just keep going and running 100 miles an hour without taking a break. Like, you have to, in return, take time for yourself to heal, to relax, to rest. You have to know when to just say enough is enough, whether it be with work, family, friends, relationships, whatever the case may be. Nobody has the cheat code for unlimited energy because if they did, I think I would have discovered it by now. Like, you just have to know your limits and you have to place boundaries between people that you love and also people that annoy you, get on your nerves, contact you frequently, however you want to word it. You just have to know limits, limits, and boundaries. Like, your life cannot work without it. And I've gotten to a place where, hey, I have a full workload, but if friends need me, I make time for them because that's what you do in friendships. Like, just because I'm a busy person doesn't mean I won't make time for you because I would want them to do the same. But at the same time, everybody was going through something different. And this pandemic really brought out some of the worst traits in people that I've ever seen. And unfortunately, I didn't have to cut anybody go. They just kind of left my life. And I thank God for that because I didn't have time to cut people off. That's how busy I was. I mean, it had got to a point where I was going to sleep at 3 a.m. and waking up at 6 and doing this Monday through Saturday. And I really hit a point where I just bottomed out. Like, I messed around 1 month and tried to go fully vegan overnight, and I was doing great. And then boom, on the 22nd day, like, could not do it anymore. Like, I had no energy, like running on E. So, with today's message in this little chat, take time for yourself. Plan some time in your schedule to just unplug for the world, whether it's for a couple minutes, an hour, whatever it takes. Make time for yourself because if you don't make time for yourself, who's going to make time for you?